Stephen Colbert, the most funniest comedian on the left, apparently. That's why he's getting canceled. All right, let's go. Stephen Colbert. Oh, man.
Yesterday, you made an announcement that you're not running for the governor of California.
Correct. Yeah.
You said you're going to sit this one out. Why are you sitting this one out? Are you saving yourself for a different office that might be?
No.
Obviously, people project onto their hopes and dreams.
And honestly, that it's more perhaps basic than that. Listen, I am a devout public servant. I have spent my entire career in service of the people. But to be very candid with you, I had to defend my decision to become a prosecutor with my family. Why is it then when we think we want to improve a system or change it, that we're always on the outside on bended knee or trying to break down the door? Shouldn't we also be inside the system? And that has been my career. Recently, I made the decision that for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I think it's broken.
Yesterday, you made an announcement that you're not running for the governor of California.
Didn't she just say she's gonna go within the system? No,
she said that
in the letter that we just read.
The editing here was really bad. Whoever did the editing did such a bad job. That's how you know that she rambles, that they had to like overly edit. Like her whole answer had to be edited like 5 times. That you didn't even understand what the hell
That's all I was saying.
Said.
That letter was literally her whole career, just her rambling.
Yes. Okay. So what she was saying was, my whole career was fighting the system within the system. And then she's now realizing that she can't do that because the system is broken. So now she's going to fight the system as an outsider. That's what she's saying.
Okay.
That's what she's saying.
So she's still going to fight the system outside of the system. So basically, she's just going to take up afternoon drinking or morning drinking, and that's how she's going to fight it.
She might become a lobbyist or open up a non-profit organization, or who knows what the hell she's going to do. But
she's probably not going to do anything.
Probably not. But I hope she does. I really hope she does, because she really helps the Republican Party. So I hope she stays in the game, Kamala Harris. I hope you stay in the game, girl. All right, so let's talk about Stephen Colbert a little bit. So before we get to Sydney Sweeney, we're going to talk about Stephen Colbert. So the reason why I said that capitalism is what canceled Stephen Colbert is because the reason why his show is getting canceled is because capitalism is realizing that his show sucks and they are no longer watching him. So he's not producing the money he used to produce. So if you're not getting the ratings you were getting and you're not getting the eyeballs you used to get, you're not going to get the ad revenue you used to get. And ad revenue is a big bulk of big media. So if ad revenue is saying peace, then of course they're going to be like, all right, well, you're not producing like you used to. You got to go. At the end of the day, that is capitalism. You don't produce, you should be fired. That's why Jerome Powell, if he's not going to get fired, he's going to wish they did fire him because he's not producing. So I didn't get to really talk about this last time because my guest was very upset about other things, and it was my fault too that I didn't really push to talk about this either, but whatever. I want to talk about it now. So CBS is owned by Paramount Global. Paramount Global is doing a merger with another company. So the show of Stephen Colbert costs $100 million per year to produce. Even though they claimed they had strong ratings, their ratings were going down. Ad revenue dropped because the ratings are going down. Paramount's merger with Skydance, also they're cutting costs because of the merger. And if this guy's not producing, he's going to get cut, obviously. So, another reason why people think that Stephen Colbert's firing was political is because, to me, he made it political. Stephen Colbert, ever since Trump won in 2016, became highly partisan. as a comedian, it is your job to be neutral. And if you're a leftist, that's okay that you're a leftist, but you should still roast both sides because you are a comedian. That is your job as a comedian, to have nuances. And even though you are open to my affiliation is Democrat, I'm still gonna roast the Democrat Party just like I roast the Republican Party, because that's what comedians do. They level the playing field, and that's not what Stephen Colbert was doing. In fact, Stephen Colbert was so partisan that he only had 2 Republicans on. He had Liz Cheney. We all know the Republicans love Liz Cheney. And I believe, who else was it? Forgot this person's name. Adam Kissinger, another person who people don't like. So he only had 2 Republicans that are very anti-Trump, who actually preferred Kamala Harris as president, and those were the only people that he allowed on his platform. That is already a sign that he was a highly partisan person. So that's that, right? He then goes on, when they pretty much told him that his show's getting canceled and he has until May whatever of next year to continue on the show. He said that the settlement that Paramount did with Trump for $16 million because of the edits that 60-Minute did on Kamala Harris's interview for her campaign was a bribe. Again, another partisan perspective. He can't even fathom questioning, perhaps, why did we get sued? Why did we get sued? Well, we got sued because 60 Minutes thought it was a bright idea to edit an interview with Kamala Harris and change her answer to a very critical question. And because they did that, they were intentionally making her message sound better to voters. That is political interference, and you are colluding with an opponent during a campaign. Of course, the other opponent is going to sue. Obviously, that's not authoritarian. It's literally accountability in the making. Because as a media platform, it is not your job to make an opponent look good over another opponent. It is your job to expose both opponents and their flaws and their pros. It's not your job to make one look better over the other. And that is what they did. That's why they got sued. And Paramount settled for $16 million because obviously there was a lot of evidence to prove that they did favor Kamala Harris over Donald Trump, hence the edits on her interview. So when the left wants to just disregard that, oh, this is just a proof that he's authoritarian and we're doing media censorship. No, it's not authoritarian. What's authoritarian is how you are disregarding the fact that big media was purposely siding with a political view over another. That is authoritarian. Because it is not, the fact that Kamala Harris was okay with the editing is already a sign of a form of fascism, because you should not want a media platform to favor you over the other opponent. That's not fair. And she's supposed to be a lawyer. Isn't she supposed to be about civil rights and fairness? Then she should have been the first one to be like, why are you editing my interview? If that's what I said, then you should just leave it at that. Why are you editing my... Because it favored her.